Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you how to do a site survey or analysis of speed on a Peplink router. So if you can see here, we got a FirstNet SIM, an LTEA Verizon SIM, and an LTEA AT&T SIM. So in theory, since we're getting all LTEA and LTE FirstNet, we should be seeing somewhere in the 35 to 50 megabit range. So what we're going to do is check this performance. If you're running SpeedFusion Cloud, you're going to want to go to Status and SpeedFusion. So you're going to go to Status page, and you're going to go to SpeedFusion, and then depending on then you're going to see your SpeedFusion connection. So you're going to click the little arrow, and then you want to click Show Remote Connections. This will allow you to see what's going on and then potentially shut off a SIM card to analyze the total throughput of each SIM card. Then what you want to do is you want to set your duration to a high number that gives you a lot of time to see the results of your testing. So I'm going to do like 50 seconds. Then I'm going to click the download button. So I'm going to check my download throughput. Downloads are always a lot easier to test because usually they're higher, so the numbers are bigger and you're able to kind of see what's going on. So then I'm going to click Start. So when I click Start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what's going on each of my SIM cards, and I can see that the SIM cards are going. You can see my FirstNet is getting 25. You can see actually my Verizon is my Verizon is getting 10.35, 14, and you can see this AT&T right here, 97 kilobits of throughput. So if I turn that off, I can take away the throttling that's occurring on that AT&T SIM card, and you can see that my bandwidth is able to take better advantage. You can also see my latency is low. I'm getting no packet loss. So I'm optimizing my download throughput. So what I'm seeing here is anytime that you do this test and this kilobits is below 1 megabit of throughput and other ones are higher and you're getting good LTEA, most likely you're being throttled. So you can see here this speed test that I just did that we can get into the 45 megabit range, but the throttling of that AT&T set card can actually slow us down a little bit. So if I'm going to go into my dashboard, I'm going to go back to my device manager. I'm going to go to reports and bandwidth and usage reports. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I know that my AT&T looks like it's being throttled. So I'm going to go and pull up a monthly report and go by gigabyte. Then I'm going to pull my AT&T, which is cellular 3. And you'll see here that I've got a couple months that are in the total of 16 gigs, 13 gigs, but also 8 gigs and then 10.41. Based on this, I am going to assume that I'm getting I have a 10 gigabyte pool or a 10 gigabyte limit, and then what's happening is even though the router's using more data, it's probably using that data at a throttled or at a lower priority than it is. So to test that, I can go to my cellular 3, click details, go down to my bandwidth allowance monitor, check that box. You want to put in your billing date, and then I'm going to put in 10 gigabytes. What's going to happen is this router, now that it's on a 10 gigabyte pooled plan, boom, it's going to automatically shut off cellular 3 and allow me to take better advantage of that throughput being allotted to me. So by disconnecting that, now that throttled SIM card is no longer affecting the performance of these other two SIM cards, giving me maximum throughput and capacity. It's really important though that you make sure that you put in your pool size and you put in the billing start date, not the end date. So if your billing date's on the 20th of the month, make sure this is the 21st because that's the time that it starts. And then what's also important is you go, oh man, maybe I need to increase my plans. A lot of these plans are very low cost. And so, for example, if you get a 10 gigabyte plan for $25 a month, you're only paying $2.50 per gig. So instead of calling AT&T and ordering a metered plan that's going to charge you $7 or $8 or I've seen some people pay $18 per gig, what you could do is simply just buy multiple SIM cards, plug them into the router, and you can have it fail over. So you see we have a SIM card in slot B, we can put another SIM card in slot A, do the same thing, and have it automatically fail over as well. That doubles the bandwidth capabilities of that SIM card, giving you the most throughput and keeping your cost per gigabytes low. So, and then this particular router, you notice we also have Cellular 4 still enabled. So you could install 2 more SIM cards in Cellular 4 if you wanted to, once again, giving you more throughput, keeping that cost per gigabyte low. So anyways, just a quick overview of cellular testing, throttling, and preventing throttling by using the bandwidth allowance monitor.